Betty Friedan, way back in 1963, one of the early leaders of the feminist movement, wrote a book. She told women in this book, leave home and go to work. And it was adamant. And it was really kind of the bomb that popularized the feminist movement. 20 years later, no less than Betty Friedan wrote another book. This was called The Second Stage. In it, she said this. She said, feminism has failed, and I urge you working women to leave work and go home. 20-year experiment failed, still failing miserably. She started something with so much feminine machismo in it, it's almost unstoppable. And the number one symbol of woman's rebellion against God's order is the independent working wife. Over 50% of all women are in the workforce. Over 50 million working mothers, most of them with school-aged or younger children. In fact, nearly half of the women with children under 6 work. 2 out of 3, because the younger women lead the parade in these working trends, 2 out of 3 children, 3 to 5 years old, spend part of their day in facilities outside their home. 2 out of 3. Women have abandoned the home. They're fighting for their independence. And the society has come behind them with tremendous, tremendous support. I think just came into my mind of Hannah. It says in 1 Samuel 1:21, her husband Elkanah went up with all his household to offer to the Lord the yearly sacrifice and pay his vow. He was just going to the temple to carry out his annual religious observance. And he asked Hannah to go. Hannah didn't go. It was just a trip up and back. She said to her husband, I will not go up until the child is weaned. Literally in the Hebrew, until the child is fully dealt with. She wouldn't even go on a trip if it would in any way hamper the attention she needed to give to that child. The abandonment of the home, the abandonment of the children, the isolation of the woman as the independent working woman, of course, escalates the already cursed and hammered union we know as marriage. Making marriage the grace of life that God intended it to be, and for the sake of showing the watching world that we obey the Word of God because we believe God has given it, it is binding and the source of blessing. A lot is at stake when women want their independence. They wreck the marriage and they ruin their testimony. They are not in the home and the results are disastrous. When you foul up God's order, everything gets messed up. Everything. And the real calling of woman is to be in the home, to be submissive to her husband, to be following his lead, caring for her children, caring for her home. That is the marvelous, marvelous calling of a woman.